I want to talk to you now about one of the most versatile and dangerous tools on the job site, the utility knife. It has a retractable blade with a razor-sharp edge. Now the problem with the utility knife is that it is so sharp that it doesn't require a lot of force to cut things, especially skin. Now with the utility knife, number one safety rule is make sure that you keep your hands, fingers, other body parts out of the path of the blade. That means that when you're cutting, if you're cutting this way, you want to make sure that you're standing to the side so you finish your cut away from you. Or you're cutting away from you so that your body parts aren't in the way, and that your fingers, by the way, when you're holding something, that they're always behind the cutting edge here. Now, one of the ways, or one of the things that we use in weatherization is cutting sheet goods, plastic. We're going to go ahead and use a straight edge and show you how to cut this. Now here's where we have a safety problem. As I'm cutting here with my utility knife, my fingers are here real close to the edge or the path of the line. So we want to move those out of the way. We want to make sure that we're not putting too much pressure here up against a straight edge so that it will have a tendency to slip off. Now when you're using a utility knife, we also want to make sure that we protect the surface below, either with a piece of cardboard or a piece of wood, so we don't cut either into carpet, into the finished surface of our wood or our table. Now, if we're cutting here, we want to make sure that we keep our fingers away from the cutting edge so that when I'm done with the cut, I'm going to go ahead and avoid cutting my fingers. The way this happens is people move very quickly and they don't know where their fingers are in relationship to the edge, and they'll end up cutting themselves. Now, with the retractable blade, make sure that you take and retract the blade when you're passing it or handing it to someone, or putting it in your pocket or your tool pouch. The blades are cheap, so if it gets dull, change the blade. Because another cause of accidents is a dull blade. And what a dull blade does is make you apply more force to do the same cutting action. So if it's dull, get a sharp blade. That'll be safer. Remember to go ahead and keep your body parts away from the path of the blade. Don't use too much force, and always have control of the blade. It's a very useful but dangerous tool, so let's avoid injuries and follow those safety rules.